Hi, once again. Perhaps you have seen the TED Talk where Monica Lewinsky spoke about the humiliation and shame resulting from her decision in the late 1990s. As she spoke about the issues of cyberbullying and online harassment, a few things she said caught my attention. I was seen by many, but actually known by a few. It was easy to forget that that woman was dimensional, had a soul, and was once unbroken. She speaks about how the digital age has now made lives public without consent, public without context, public without compassion. She cites research that shows that humiliation is a more intensely felt emotion than either happiness or even anger. Gossip websites, paparazzi, reality programming, politics, news outlets, and sometimes hackers all traffic in shame, she says. In speaking to the issue, Monica concludes that we need to return to a culture of compassion and of empathy, and that you can insist on a different ending to your story. I could not help but think of two other women who were part of a culture of humiliation, women whose names were punchlines without even the need of a joke. One was a woman who looked for love in all the wrong places, who found the love of God by a well. This story beautifully unveils an encounter of one who moves from shame to dignity as Jesus relates to her. The other story is of a woman who is thrown down at Jesus' feet by a cruel mob. Probably the woman was so ashamed that stones bringing her death would have been a relief. But instead of oblivion, she finds compassion as Jesus turns judgment back on her accusers. Remote digital cruelty is the furthest thing from the heart of God, who longs for intimacy and a different ending to our story. The mud of creation is soft enough that His fingerprints can still be seen in our lives. If we are to be people of God, we refuse to be caught up in a culture that forgets that the butt of a joke is really a soul that is longing for a way back to God.